I'm Jennifer Sparks, and I am La Zorrita.
I am Corteza.
She's very proper, I'd say, confident, probably a little cocky. She has a whip and a sword, and she fights with both, and that's one thing that Tim said. He said, you know, this whole whip action thing is going to be hard to film because there's a lot going on. But yeah, I'd say she's this cocky, fun, arrogant woman who thinks that nobody can beat her, pretty much.
Good time. Ready? And action!
I watched a lot of sword fighting, first of all. I watched Zorro. I think that's one thing that I needed to kind of grasp. Yeah, I just tried to watch a lot of sword fighting stuff because I had no clue what I was doing, you know, so I was just trying to get a visual as much as I could. I was brand new, beginner, and it was an amazing experience learning from a beginner's standpoint. It was fun. I remember my hands being sore because I was dealing with holding these weapons, and my wrist would have to be in a certain, it had to be firm. I've always thought I have weak wrists, I don't know why, but it had to be firm as you're hitting these other weapons. So I remember my hands being sore. My legs were fine because I've always had really strong legs, but one thing they were always emphasizing was get low on the knees, get low on the knees. So it was a great leg workout, but I don't remember my legs being sore. I think it was just more of the hands getting used to working with the weapons.
Oh, I'm hitting myself.
That's all right.
I'm hitting myself before I hit the pole. Okay, what did I do wrong?
There were times where I was afraid of it when I was first starting to use it, because I'm thinking, oh my God, am I going to hit myself? Am I going to hit somebody around me? You don't know the distance. That thing's long. So he had me practice on, he had this pole within the studio that instead of working on a live person, I tried wrapping it around the pole. But there were a few moments where that whip came back and hit me, and it wasn't very fun.
A little harder than the other. That's because, again, that one you leaned forward. The last one you didn't lean. You pushed up from here. There you go.
But I think once Tim got me to just relax and realize that it was okay if I didn't do it right the first time, it just kind of seemed a lot easier. It's all about relaxing and not being afraid of the whip. And then I was good.
So it's an 80 right here? Instinct!
Whoa, my God!
That was cool.
I had no experience whatsoever. Tim was fantastic to work with. He just was so patient. I mean, there were times where I had no clue what I was doing. And I'm very athletic and I catch on easily, but when you're doing something for the first time, you have to be working with somebody very patient.
Right. See, now let me show you. When you lean forward, do you notice where it hit me? I sure did. But when you didn't, you had a nice straight line right to where exactly you wanted it to go.
Okay.
I knew it was going to be a little difficult to learn it, but I think I've always been the type of person who loves a challenge, so I never really thought it was going to be hard. I just knew it was going to be a really good challenge. A lot of it was about timing and being very comfortable with your partner, and it just seemed like once you got comfortable with the timing of you and your partner, and you weren't afraid to accidentally run into each other or get nicked or anything like that, you knew that you were safe, for the most part. I think that's what really allowed me to kind of just let go and enjoy it more, because it was challenging working with weapons and thinking, God, I don't want to hurt anyone, but I got to make it look real. So that was the challenge, making it look real without getting injured. We did have a situation where I had to, or they had to have the medic come in and take care of Michelle because I slashed her arm accidentally.
You bleeding? What happened? Shoot the whip hit her.
There was this one moment where I don't know what happened. The whip came through and her arm came through and it nicked her arm, and that kind of took everyone back. Like, oh God, this can be dangerous. But she was such a trooper. I think we only had a few nicks here and there, but nothing serious. She's so bubbly and energetic, and she's always laughing, and I think that's why we had so much laughter during the process was because of her. So she was just so easy to work with, so patient with me. You know, if we had good communication, if I needed to stop, like, whoa, I'm not feeling this, she was fine, we'd restart. So very easy and fun to work with. I've always really enjoyed trying new things, especially when it comes to anything athletic, anything challenging. So I'd say just really being able to experience something out of my realm that I've never tried before, and getting to do it with a lot of really neat, talented people who just made the experience that much more exciting. It was such a good time to learn, and there were a lot of laughter. There was a ton of laughter during the process. We cracked each other up quite a few times because there were some moments that we didn't know what we were doing. So it was a learning process together, and it was so fun. It was such a journey, and it was so much fun. The people that I worked with were phenomenal, and it didn't really even feel like a job. I was excited every day to come to work. It was like playing, like, okay, let's go play now. And I just had a blast. It was phenomenal.
Cool. As you can tell, this isn't my weapon. I'm not very good with it.
This is a good weapon.
They were so energetic as well, but so easy to work with. They would literally take the time to pose and position each movement for us to visually see everything, because they had to break it down into little tiny pieces.
Here? Or no, is it right?
I'd say get ready for an amazing journey, because every character is so different and so unique that it's going to be so hard to choose your favorites. So get ready to enjoy the action.